Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here for episode 3 of our MotoGP 20 Let's Play, and for some reason the last race didn't save. I reckon I DNF'd. I don't know why, so the points are a little bit different to what they actually were meant to be there. Messiah actually ended up winning the race ahead of Foggia there, with Baltus, Fanatec and Tatai rounding out the top 5. But yeah, so the points are slightly different, but we're not going to worry about that too much. We've still got a long season ahead of us as we head to round 3 here in Argentina. Quite looking forward to this. Again, another new track for myself. I'm hoping that the AI aren't as weirdly inconsistent in qualifying as the race. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this qualifying session a go. I'm going to try and up the AI a bit and see if that helps, and then try and bring it back down for the race, because I feel like for the races, the AI is about where we want it, in all honesty. But yeah, obviously if you guys are new around here, do make sure you get yourself subscribed as well for more of the MotoGP Let's Play. Going to be jumping back into some F1 again over the course of next week, but really want to try and grind through this Moto3 Championship as well. But anyway, let's jump in then. We're here at Termas de Rio Hondo, and that is looking like an interesting track, so let's jump straight into this. Here we are then in Argentina. Like I said, I don't recognise this track, however I probably turned a couple of laps on it on some of the older MotoGP games, unless it is a new circuit to the game. But yeah, through turn 1 though, based on the track map, this place looks quite interesting, so hopefully we can just try and get a good qualifying time in. Hoping that we don't end up pole by 3 seconds and then losing a bit of time in the race. It's, yeah, very, very inconsistent, the AI, it appears, on this game. And I vaguely remember this being an issue in the past that clearly they just don't seem to be able to sort. So, very, very odd, but we're not going to worry about that too much at the moment as we head down what is a very, very long back straightaway here. Hopefully we can just try and get it slowed down nicely into, I think, a fairly big braking zone here. It's, yeah, nice open hairpin. That's okay, down to about 70 kilometers an hour through there, though. You forget just how slow you've got to go through the corners on a bike. But anyway, down the hill, though, coming towards the end of Sector 2. We're currently in the red, so that's good. We're doing alright at the moment here. The fuel still seems weirdly inconsistent on this game. I seem to be able to burn through a lot in some places and then not a lot in others, so hopefully we can try and get that sorted as well at some point. But we're not going to worry about that too much on this qualifying session. We're just going to try and get our lap in as we head. That's quite a cool little corner there. A bit of elevation change, things you like to see. Perhaps I really need to do an F1 meets MotoGP series, just racing around some of these tracks. Because there are a lot of hidden gems in MotoGP, or at least hidden to me anyway. But down in towards the final couple of corners though, breaking it down nice and tidily through here. Ooh, just running a bit deep there. Not quite riding the brake as much as I should have. Through the final corner, it's going to be a 152.3. Let's see where that puts us currently in Q1. Yep, first lap ever around here, pole by 1.6 seconds. Please, MotoGP, this has got to be an issue you're aware of. This can't just be me that's having this struggle on this game. It needs to be patched soon. Right, what I've done then, I've gone out of the game and changed the AI. Hopefully I don't just have to keep doing that in this game to try and get any sort of qualifying performance out of them. But yeah, we're going to give this a go. I've upped it to 105 now. If we're still way up, then I'm going to be very, very confused. But hopefully now, qualifying representative, the AI about where they should be. And maybe we'll have to lower it again for the race, because we do struggle a little bit, but we shall wait and see. Anyway, though, going out for our Q2 run. Hopefully we can just get another nice tidy lap in. And aim to be back down in the 51s, because it did feel like a fairly tidy lap. Maybe there's some 50s on the table instead, though. Coming down towards the end of Sector 2 once again. The laps felt fairly tidy once again so far. It's more just a case of seeing where the AI are, because I don't really... Well, I'd be quite happy with 20 pole positions in a row, but I don't think it's particularly realistic or fair at the end of the day. Coming down in towards the final half the lap, though. You can see we're still red in the first 2 sectors, but I don't think anyone else has set their laps just yet. Through what is probably my favourite corner of the lap. Just opening up a bit too much there, riding over the curbs. That's okay. Let's see roughly what the AI are able to do. As we run very, very wide through there. Just keep the foot in. Try to keep it going where you want it to. Can we beat our 1:52.3 lap time from the first qualifying session? We surely should be able to, now we know where we're going. This track is brilliant fun, though. Through the final corner, down towards the line. It's going to be a 1:50.4 there. Where is that going to leave us relative to the AI? Is it still another OP pole position? I don't quite know. Right, so it turns out I set the AI beautifully for my first qualifying lap. A 52.5 was the... Well, you can see 3 drivers in the 52.5s in the end, so that would have been bang on the money had we not got any better at the game. So I'm going to leave the AI on 105 for the race. Hopefully it just means, you know, we can have a good battle with them. They generally seem a bit quicker in race trim. So it's 3 out of 3 pole positions, but let's jump into the race.
Hello and welcome to the Termas de Rio Hondo circuit in Argentina for live coverage of the Moto3 race. The skies over the track are clear of clouds and the latest weather reports forecast temperatures in line with the seasonal average. A few more minutes and the Moto3 race will begin. Right now we are at the starting grid waiting for the riders to receive the signal to start the warm-up lap.
So here we are then on the grid. Make sure we get our fresh set of tyres on the bike. Obviously we always like to try and keep 1 spare of softs waiting for us for the race. However, this week we've actually done alright in keeping some extra tyres in check. I'm going to put 8 laps worth of fuel in. I think, is it a 7 lap race? I'm not 100% sure if it's 6 or 7 this week out. But hopefully, yeah, we can just have a good race nonetheless here. Obviously, the aim is top 15 once again, like it always seems to be. But, you know, we're hunting down that win as well at some point here. 8 laps of fuel, 7 laps worth of racing. We're going to completely brim the tank because fuel is inconsistent on this game. But let's jump into this then. The 3rd round of the championship here in Argentina. Hopefully we can just get a good race in.
Riders just have one more thing on their mind now, being the first to cross the finish line.
Ready on the grid. It's going to be intriguing to see how the 105 AI handle this race. But it's 10 red lights and it's lights out. And away we go there. Fairly decent getaway as we head down towards turn 1. Not actually going to be pressured too much, especially as it's not a huge braking zone through the first part of the first corner here. But this race as well, probably going to be quite detrimental on the tyres. You can see Masai there just having a look on us as well. He might be able to sneak up the inside now. That's a little bit of a mistake through the next corner. They completely ruined our run through turn 3 now as we head onto the back straight with it. You can see Masai already straight up into the lead of this race. It's going to be a drag race down at the back straight there. We're going to try and dive into the slipstream, just wobbling around a little bit. There you go. You see how powerful the slipstream is right at the last moment there. We're going to be able to brake right around his outside and now back up into the lead of the race there. So that's been a decent start. We've held on to the lead. We definitely want our first win of the championship at some point soon. You know, we've got to be looking enticing for the Moto2 teams ready for the next season here. But we've got a lot of races still to go of Season 1. Nice to get a full 20 race calendar before we can move our way up the order there. But yeah, Foggy in P3 still just behind him. Hopefully we can just try and build up a little bit of a margin here as we get all kinds of loose still through my favourite corner of the lap here. I feel like pace-wise, we've probably got, you know, the talent, I think, to be up towards 110, 115 AI. But it's just the consistency we still lack at the moment. So if we get our head down, we could be in for a good race here. And that's exactly what I was talking about in terms of consistency. Can we activate rewinds, please? Thank you. We allow ourselves 1 per race, is what I'm telling ourselves. What actually went wrong there? Did we just get a bit too heavy in? I think that's what happened. Anyway, give it a second go then. Slow it down a bit more tightly this time around. Keep it a bit more controlled. And yeah, end of lap 1 though. We're still in the lead of the race. And we haven't either picked up a track warning penalty. So it's already going better than COTA. That did not go well. That might be a long way down the order. And yeah, that consistency that I was talking about has instantly gone and cost us there. The handle rage comes up by someone. And we're going to pretty much send ourselves once again to the rear of the field. So now we've got a mountain to climb. Yeah, yeah, definitely pace is okay. Try not to fall off at least 3 times in a race, though, on the other hand, is a lot more difficult there as we try to get the inside of a couple of people. Hopefully we can try and get a run out of here. And yeah, we're back up to P27. Sweat mode is going to need to be engaged. You can see, though, the leaders aren't that far on the road still. Everyone stays pretty bunched up as we're going to try and send it up the inside of a couple of people. We just need to stop falling off. It's always a golden tip in MotoGP, don't fall off, but it's one that's easy to say, difficult to do. As that is not where we want to be there. That was almost another faceplant. But we're just outside the top 20 now. Let's try to recover this. Masai setting 51.9s already in this race, so we definitely got the pace to be closing in on them, but we'll wait and see. Down in towards turn 1. We're back up into the top half of the field once again. However, worryingly, from P16, you still feel like a win's on the cards here, but we'll wait and see. Going for the big dives on a couple of people. Back up now into the top 10, though. We're doing alright at the moment. We're making good progress. We should, as long as we don't make a mistake through these final couple of corners, I think as well, set the fastest lap. So clearly showing we do still have some very good pace on this bike, but we've also got to be careful that we keep the tyres in good nick as well, because as you can see there, just getting a little bit loose as we head through the final couple of corners. Finding the time, but yeah, 150.5. That's definitely good enough for fastest lap at the moment, but we need to try and keep our head down. We're back up into the top 6. It's now a case of just closing up and staying smooth with the final 3 laps of this race. All over the back now of Vietti as we get to the end of lap 4. Hopefully we can try and get around him at some point here. Try and get up and under. There we go. Should now be up into the top 5 once again of this race. A podium definitely still on the table. But we're not quite making the gains on the top guys I was hoping we would. The tyres are definitely starting to go off. It's going to be another 51 though. So we're still definitely the quickest bike on the track at the moment here. But yeah, those tyres, they've looked better in all honesty. And based on my driving, they've certainly felt better as well. But anyway, all over the back of Suzuki, running a little bit wide through the exit turn 1. Can we potentially go for something down here, around the outside? We're going to chuck it into the corner. But no, Suzuki holds firm at the moment. Switchback move, perhaps around the outside through the kink. There we go, up into P4. And now we've just got to try and close in on, I think it's Fenestraz in P3. We can definitely get a podium here still. Just over 2 laps to go. Really starting to feel now like I'm learning the handling model more of this game. Feel like I can brake a bit later into the corners. Roughly get the bike where I wanted it to go there as we get a big wheelie out of turn 10 there. But yeah, now all over the back of Fanatec. Hopefully we can try and move ourselves back up into the podium. But yeah, the tyres are very much going off at the moment. So we'll need to keep it tidy and sensible on these last couple of laps. Right on the outside of Fanatec though, chucking in nice and deep, hopefully get on the power. But no, Fanatec holds on just in front of us for now. Another fastest lap though, 150.4. So we're still finding good pace at the moment, we're still finding some consistency. But yeah, can we try and slip up the inside? Not quite making the move work there. Fanatec slams the door. Getting on the power a little bit earlier though. On the exit we got the inside for turn 2. And just park it on the apex. We're now up into the podium places once again. I think it's Foggia and then obviously Masai leading the race. The 2 people we definitely need to try and close some points in in this championship. That got us a quarter of a second penalty. You having a laugh, MotoGP? Really fell off. But, yeah, not much we can do about that, unfortunately. We're closing up to foggier, but, yeah, we haven't got long to go in this race. So we'll wait and see if we can try and equal our best result of the season. Looking a bit optimistic at the moment if I feel I can win this race, but you never quite know what happens. Anything can happen in MotoGP. We've built up a fairly big lead over P4 now. Down in towards turn 1. Still be able to get quite deep on the brakes in a couple of places here. Get on the power as early as possible. Might allow us to go for something here on Foggia. Right around the outside we go. And we're now up into P2. No! I'm, not having that, in all honesty. It was a bit of an aggressive move by Foggia there, and there you go, see you later. You get that for trying to make rash dive bombs on people. Fanatec now up to P3, and yeah, that's the championship leader. Up and over the handlebars, and I am not going to take any sympathy in that one, as I think he's just gone off again. But yeah, anyway, Masai's still leading the race though, at the moment. Hopefully we can just try and close up, but yeah, I think if we can solidify P2 here, probably going to be a win in my eyes. That elusive race victory is still dangling itself in front of us at the moment, but we just can't quite reach it. Down in towards the final couple of corners then, and yeah, unfortunately just not quite enough time to close up to the race leader here. Like I said, that elusive race victory is going to have to wait for another day, but after a rough result of COTA that never ended up even counting, it's P2 here in Argentina there. We'll take the consistency points.
Starting to fill up with the stars of the race. So let's take a look at a graphic of the official results of the just finished Moto3 race.
So yeah, like I said though, hopefully with some, AI tweaking still, we're getting there. We're roughly working out what we need on the game. But it is the second place result at the end of the day behind even, I should say, of Masai there. Fanatec comes through in P3 ahead of Suzuki, Antonelli, Vietti, Migno, Lopez, Alcoba, and Arenas finishes and rounds at the top 10 then. McPhee in 11th, Toba, Fernandez, Salak, and Yamanaka make up the top 15, and once again, yeah, we achieve our goals at the end of the day. You can see in the championship, though, we're back up into 3P. Masai now leads the way there. As you can see, 21 points clear of Foggia there. We get ourselves back up into P3 after our second podium of the championship there. Suzuki in 4th, Fanatec, Antonelli, Alcoba, Migno, and Arenas with Vietti now rounding out the top 10 there. And how many people have actually scored points in this championship? We're up to 22 people have now scored points there. Salak, the last person to have put points on the board. But having a look at the team's championship, you can see Leopard Racing still lead the way. We're down in P4 at the moment after still being the only rider from our team that has been able to score points at the end of the day. But thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. If you did enjoy it, do make sure you get yourself subscribed for more of the MotoGP playthrough. And we will be back next time out for round 4 of the championship.